All right. It is possible that we'll do this into 2 episodes. Superman.
Most likely. There might be
So hot.
one that's like, we'll save the car repair one because that has nothing to do with nothing.
Oh, no, that's going in. We might talk about everything but the book and then talk about the book next time. Well, we'll figure it out in the editing room. That's why we have producers.
Yep. Some of this might be on the editing room floor, and some of it might be fodder for Patreon.
You're listening to And This Is Why I Love Comics.
Andy and Mike.
Please elaborate.
And welcome to another episode of And This Is Why I Love Comics. I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike.
And we are here again. Welcome to the show. We're here talking about comics. We're talking about our lives, talking about, all kinds of stuff. Auto repair, what happens when you have children during the summer. It's all here. Everything you ever dreamed about a podcast, we talk about it. We're old friends, and we have old problems and new solutions, and I'm making this up as we go along. So enjoy the ride.
Yesterday, driving to work, and I hear sound.
No.
As I'm trying to hit my brakes, I say, oh, crap. I have,
Welcome to another episode of And This Is Why I Love Comics.
Go another day with these brakes that may or may not function as I'm driving to and or from work. And I'm like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I go, hey, there is a tire and brake shop legitimately right 4 minutes from where I work. I'm just going to run my car over there. I call them up and said, hey, can you get my car in today? You just need some brakes. It's like, oh, yeah, we can. We'll get you in at 2:00. I'm like, perfect. My last meeting was at 1:30. And I said, how long will it take to do this? Because I got other meetings at the end of the day and so forth. And they're like, oh, this shouldn't take more than a half hour. Okay, oh, yeah, we got you in the system. They drove my car in. This is 2:00. And they said, well, let's take a look at what may be there as far as the situation with your car. And we'll get back with you with an estimate. 45 minutes pass. At this point, you said this was only going to take a half hour to get these brakes. Why are we now reaching the first hour mark at this point? And you just now have the estimate together? And he drops a bombshell. So I'm thinking brakes. How expensive can they really be? He comes in with a laundry list. He has 3 printout pages. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, something here is feeling really fishy. And I'm like going, okay, what's the damage? $1,700 for brakes. I'm like going, I almost paid a little bit more than that for the car.
Right, yeah.
This isn't worth $1,700.
Are you forging them next to the Ring of Power? What are you doing?
I no kidding. Yeah, this is where the One Ring was made. And I'm like going, oh, okay. And he goes, well, that's just for the brakes. I'm thinking wait, you said that, he listed off all these other things. It's you need shocks, your tires are balding, I'm like going, all of it? Oh, wait, what? And I'm like going, let's just get the brakes. Okay, that's at $1,700. It's whoa, that's just for the brakes? I can't imagine what you're going to charge for the tires and the shocks and all this other stuff.
You guys have done this before, right?
I no kidding. It's are these... I didn't know you used gold in order to make my car slow down. We're now at an hour and 15 minutes into this whole ordeal. I'm looking over and I can see out the side door and I can see my car's up. They've taken all the tires off. They took all the brakes and everything. It is just it's a naked looking car. It's they brought it all the way down to just the bare bones, literally all is the bones of where my wheels were. And I'm like, okay, well, at least they're on it. And, it's going to be a financial hit. Yes. But at least I'll feel safe driving it again. They've already taken it apart. They've already brought it to this point. I might as well just let them keep going. They come back in. We're now approaching hour number 2. I hear one guy say to the other one's these parts aren't fitting. I'm going, you're still trying to assemble the parts? What's going on? And it's like, yeah, I don't know if it's a different make. What it is this car, right? It's a 2010. I go, wait, a 2010? That was my son's old car.
Oh my goodness.
They were trying to get the parts off, and they never did ask me. They said they already had me in the system. I'm like, oh, okay. And I would have assumed they would have ran the VIN number off the car.
They could see the car, right?
Yeah, exactly. They were looking at the wrong car. They ordered the wrong parts. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll get the new parts and we'll get you all squared. And it's like, okay.
For another 1,700.
Yeah. And I'm like going, this is ridiculous. I'm already, from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Now we're at 4 o'clock and they've now ordered the right parts. 4:30 rolls around and they go, I'm sorry to say this, but they sent us the wrong parts. How could they have sent you the wrong parts? Well, this rotor on the back here is the wrong diameter. I'm like going, but you ordered it for my car. He goes, yeah. Well, our system can only go so far deep in as far as like specifics. Any deeper than like 3 levels, like make, model, year. After that, we can't dig any deeper.
You're
we
like,
have to
dude,
guess.
I can Google search this and find it faster than you guys can.
So then they're like, so we're going to have to order the part, but we close in 15 minutes. It is now 4:45. I drove here. My family is scattered to the 4 winds. Like there's no, I cannot ask them to pick me up. None of them are within an hour's drive of where I'm at. And I'm like going, I'm just going to go back to my office, I guess. I'll walk back to my office. That's the only thing I guess, because they're not going to put me up in the, they're not going to let me sleep in their shop. And they're like,
Holiday Inn.
You're walking back to the office? It's like, yeah. Well, if it's local, we can have somebody drop you off. I'm like going, you got my car for a 30-minute project. I now was there for 3 hours and then they just dumped me off back at my office. And it's like, good luck.
I wouldn't have trusted them to know where you were going.
Oh my gosh. And that
what
was
city I'm in, right?
Yeah. And that was kind of funny too, is that the guy that drove me back, I go, hey, I'm right next to this building. I named this building. It is like it's not a big town. There's not that many tall buildings, but there's only like 2 tall buildings. I said, it's that one. He goes, I have no idea where that's at. And it's like, this town is tiny town. You could fit an HO scale train and it would be in proportion with this town. It's
I've
tiny.
lived here all my life. I've never heard of that road.
I ain't no road by that name around here, these parts. Yeah, it's like, he goes, yeah, I don't know where that's at. So I had to even tell him how to get back. So it's like the person that they sent to send me on my way had no idea where anything was.
And you went, let me guess, you ordered those parts too, didn't you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I was dying. So I get back to the office and I'm like going, I have no idea how to get home. They didn't offer an Uber. They didn't say they were going to drive me home at this point. They weren't going to, nothing. It's like, we'll drop you off as long as it's local.
You know how much money I'm spending? I
think for $1,700, you better. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I was able to get a friend of mine from work to drop me off where my wife works. I could take her car under the guise of I will come back and pick her up when she's done. And that's why I'm late.
Well, that was today.
Yes. This all just went down.
Oh, man.
So I am literally moments away from this having had happened. Yeah, I'm in the prim and proper mood to do some podcasting.
Right. Can I just say your dedication to the podcast is way more than me. I would have been so mad. Forget it. I'm going to bed.
Yep. Slamming doors everywhere. I'm going over to the neighbor's door just so I can slam their door, just to show my frustration.
Ran out of doors.
Yeah, it was. I'm so upset. I was like, I'm not even going to want to go home and make something to eat. And then my daughter said hey, I just had a really, a good job interview today. I'd love to talk to you about it and get your perspective on it. I said, okay, great. Let's go out to eat. because I was like really looking for any excuse at that point to go out to eat. Because I was just like, I just need to get out. I can't. I'm already mad. I don't want to break anything in my house. I want to go somewhere else to break something. We wound up going to one of those burrito building places. The line was almost out the front door. It's 91 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And we barely got into the first set of doors because living here in the northern Midwest, every place has got two sets of doors. You go through the first one, kind of gives you a buffer from when the snow hits, and then you get the second set of doors to go through. And we were just inside the front doors, and it was like, wow. And I'm looking, it's like the place isn't hopping. It's just that they're painfully slow. And not just painfully slow, ridiculously painfully slow. It took us forever to get around to just putting our order in. Now, the way this particular burrito building place assembles their burritos is that there's a sneeze guard kind of show. You can look and see what you want in partition 1, where you order your entree. When they're done with that partition 1, then it slides over to partition 2. And that's where we found the missing link, the weakest link, the problem child. This lady had never apparently seen a burrito before.
But he can fix your car.
She probably could. She could get the parts correct at least. God dang it. She is struggling with every burrito. And she has no idea how to roll it up, how to like fold it and compress all that stuff together. And she's just making a dog's breakfast out of this whole thing. And I'm watching that she's doing one after the other. And then I look over to my left, this lady's right, and there's two more of these employees just staring at her, not offering assistance, not offering suggestions. They're just staring at her because they're at the cashier. Two people at the cashier. And it's like, I understand you don't really want somebody who's just handled gross cash or, slimy coins, or they just pulled out their wallet from behind their butt and like, here. And then now they're just jumping right in to help with handling food. It's like, nope, you're good. That's where you're at. That's where you're at. The lady, I kid you not, 5 minutes. This poor lady struggled to wrap my daughter's burrito. And I'm like going, I got mine next. And this line just keeps getting longer and longer and longer behind us. So it wasn't like, their model is inefficient. It wasn't anything to do with their in such big demand. No, they just had one person who was absolutely clueless and they put them in a key position. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm like, here. Why are you here? Why are you here? I understand if this is a training day, but
now's not the time.
Put her on a different layer or put her somewhere else or let her practice after hours or something. Like put her in the morning shift, not at the dinner shift.
Right. Or put two more people right next to her,
It's like, okay, we're going to slide you over to the side. You can continue to working on that, but we got somebody else who's coming in here. They can keep the line moving while you're figuring this thing out. And finally, the person who did part 1 of the burrito assembly tries to help her out by giving her a second burrito to attempt to wrap the first burrito in. It's like you've butchered this one so badly that there's no cohesiveness. This cannot hold its integrity anymore. You need a second burrito wrap.
But they're charging you for it, right?
Oh, yeah. Of course they would have if it had gone through. But she was like, I think I got it. And I'm like going, oh, she's going to, like, when she's done with hers, then it's now mine. And she did just as bad of a job. I've never gone to a burrito place where they pack those burritos and it's meant to have that. They steam the burritos. So it's a little bit, the gluten in it, sticky again, but you had to eat it like a taco, like a soft shell taco. It basically folded in half, and that was what we got. So today was a day I just was like, anybody who's working with parts, I don't want to deal with you today. Went and picked up my wife, and then we drove back the half hour, and I'm looking at the clock going like, oh, and that's when I sent you the text saying, hey, are we still good?
Right. And you're expecting me to go, nope.
Your deductive reasonings?
How about 2 weeks from now?
So when he said yes, I'm like going, I am going to see how many red lights I can cut. I'm going to make this thing work somehow. So today was that kind of a day. And I don't know how I'm going to get to work tomorrow because I have no transport. We'll find out. Come tomorrow. I'll have to figure this out.
That's why I go to a Mexican place down the street. They know how to make the burritos.
Yeah, I mean, this place has that false Spanish style name.
Nearly all Italians.
Through. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what? Thanks, Mario.
Right.
I didn't know.
You've been making the pasta. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, man. But it was, when it was all said and done, it was not a bad burrito. I was appreciative of the final product of sorts, the contents of the final products, because basically at that point, I just opened up the aluminum foil that it came in and I just ate it with a fork. So I might as well have just said, can you just throw that in a bowl at this point?
Yeah. Burrito bowl. Good.
Yeah. The day can't get any worse. I spent 3 hours for a 30-minute job, and I don't foresee that they're going to make it any better come tomorrow.
I was going to say, it's probably not going to be done until Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, brakes are expensive. I'm not so sure it should be that expensive.
That's what kind of threw me as well. It's like these things are not, lifetime guarantee. You'll never have to buy another brake ever again. It's like, no, it's not one of those.
Yeah.
They're just going to be stick it to me for like, hey, you definitely need it. And they said, well, we'll put the parts back together and you can drive home with this car. And then the mechanic goes, I busted all those parts up. And it's like, why did you bust them up? Well, the cables were getting stuck. So I just cut them all the cables. I'm like, oh, you're cutting cables on brake lines?
You owe me money now.
It just kept getting worse by the minute. Like everything that they were saying, I'm like, this is not good.
Pretty sure those were mine still,
Yeah. I know there's some, like, I think by law, you can ask for your parts back. What am I going to do with busted up brake pads?
What couldn't you do? I mean, come on.
How was your day?
Well, I could go on about how it's summer break and I have children that just like to poke the bear, and the bear being every other person in the house. Not just me. And I could complain about that, but I get to spend time with them. They're sometimes very fun to be around. I'm not going to sound ungrateful, but if anybody wants to plan a play date with my children, please give me a call. The number is otherwise it's going pretty good. A lot of summer break so far has been taking kids to appointments. It just seems like it's been that way so far. So hopefully the rest of the summer will be full of fun. We've gone fishing once, or, just hanging out. It's been so hot. Like, we're not going to the beach when it's 95 degrees. I mean, it's just everybody else is going to do that. And that doesn't sound fun to me.
Yeah, you're going to vaporize. Like, you get 5 steps out there and you're like a vampire who just crumbles to dust under that.
Sand gets everywhere. And
yes, thank you, Anakin.
So, I mean, that's not my thing. So the kids played in the backyard with a sprinkler, and the dog loved it. They're getting out. I'm not a barbarian, just locked them in a room or anything like that. Stay. Yeah. My number 2 son's got a job. He's been working a lot, so I have him for the week, but yet I don't see him that much anyway. It's a strange summer so far, but we got some fun things planned ahead. In May was my 10th anniversary with my wife.
Well done.
And I didn't tell her, but back in December, she has a great love for a local artist named Keemo. I contacted him in December and said, 10th anniversary is coming up. Let's get a portrait of the two of us. I'll talk to you as it gets closer. And we set up some time. We talked on the phone. He's a really nice guy. I'm trying to get him to play Dungeons and Dragons with me. He worked on portrait of the two of us, and it's a bit abstract, which is kind of cool. He put little things that had to do with us, a book for me for comics, and a hot air balloon, and hidden hidden messages and stuff into the painting.
That's cool.
I surprised her with it on our anniversary. We went down to his studio, which is a really nice backyard. Hung out with him for like an hour talking about it and just how he does things. It was really great. Super nice guy. So that was a great. I don't get to pull many surprises on people. Just not good at it, and I don't like it. I don't like surprises, so I don't do surprises on other people.
Yeah, because turnabout is fair play, right, or something along those lines.
But other than that, it's just been kind of standard end of school summer. I have gotten quite a bit of reading of comics, which I'll talk about. But other than that, just working on our vending and this is a slow season for our antique stores and stuff. So trying to entice people to come into your booths and putting out good prices. And it's just, it's work.
Yeah,
man.
I was going to say, that's full blown business.
Yeah, that's a self-employed business. Got to try and get the extra effort in the summer while juggling 4 kids. I mean, I have 5, but one's on his own. He's got a girlfriend, doesn't have time for anybody else. And we met her, and she's very nice. Our mutual friend Dave, his son graduated, and the last time, well, I mean, I've seen him a couple times. Not Dave, I've seen him many times, but his son, really, like, he's almost as tall as Dave now. And like, last time I saw you, you were like half my size, and I'm not tall as Dave. Other than that, it sounds boring, but I'm trying to remember. I had a couple stories I was going to tell. They were glorious, and I'll remember them eventually. But old age hits you sometimes.
The memory's not what it used to be.
That's right. I barely remembered my socks. Of course, we have the Superman movie coming out. Now, have you seen the trailers for that?
I saw 2 of them, but that's it. I have not seen any more beyond those, like the teaser one, and then the first official one.
Okay.
And from there, I've kind of avoided it, but I have a coworker that just is so enamored with it that I might as well have seen all of the other trailers because, I was like, I've seen too much. I've seen this and I've seen this. And I know that I've been reading these spoilers about this and this. And I'm like,
And I try to stay away from spoilers. Of course, Superman's my favorite character in comics, always has been. And so I'm looking forward to this movie. Now, granted, I was not looking forward to this movie prior to the trailers because they got rid of my Henry Cavill. And yeah, I'm claiming ownership. Yep, I am. My
Yep.
Henry Cavill, I just liked him so much in that uniform. I mean, it's a role, I mean, he did look good in the uniform. You know what I'm saying? But, he fit the part, and I thought he'd at least have one more movie to do. But of course, James Gunn had other plans, and I was very skeptical when they first showed who it was who was taking over. I'm like, yeah. But having seen the trailer and the other trailer, and they had a preview and like 3 other trailers that I've seen now,
yeah,
I don't mind it. He kind of fits the part, and he looks good in the suit. So if he's even a decent actor, I'm not gonna hate it. I'm not Henry Cavill, but I like Christopher Reeve. We can have more than one Superman, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm a Bond fan, so I've enjoyed Timothy Dalton and Sean Connery. There are other actors.
Suffer through the rest.
Pretty much. I don't know. A part of me is a little bit bothered by the costuming. He looks like he's wearing kind of like a hipster motorcycle jacket. Not that he has to wear the spandex that Christopher Reeve did, but
no, he does.
There is kind of it folds and bunches weirdly, and it just doesn't work when you have a cape.
Yeah.
You kind of need, you can't have so many layers that are just added layers. And this jacket thing is like, I'm not 100% sold on it, but is not terrible. I'm not a fan of the logo. I feel like it needs something on the bottom corner to fill out the letter S. Because right now it looks like a giant don't sign.
Yeah, I agree with the logo. I'm not crazy about it, but I do like the rest of it.
And I know that right now it's all like sensibilities, that, Marvel's already kind of established. Like when you make a costume, it needs layers and details and textures and, it needs to have dimensional components. And that's just seems that's kind of the standard now.
I almost think that they purposely make changes to the costume every movie, like we've advanced the story, let's advance the costume, how can we make it better? And to some of that, as I agree with, but for DC, the costumes are so iconic. It's hard when they change them, and I hope they at least remain consistent.
What's your take on the red shorts?
I am a traditionalist, so red shorts all the way. I didn't mind I don't mind the absence of the shorts, but I do prefer them.
I see it as it's a necessity. I've never seen an image of Superman without the shorts that looked right. Because at least with the shorts, you get a sense that he puts on pants. Without the shorts, it feels like he's in a onesie pajama, and it's like, oh, he has to slide into it backwards. It's like, gotta zip down the back and then pull these things. Like red flannel pajamas is basically, the equivalent. And then also, it's like, if you look at the costume, it's red cape, blue torso, red shorts, blue pants, red boots. It's a nice boom, 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 and it evenly breaks things up. Without that red in the middle, it's like red, exceptionally long section of nothing but blue, and then red boots. And it's like, ugh. And people going like, oh, why would he wear his underwear on the outside? And it's like, well, never was underwear, but he also has a cape. He also has these giant boots. Why would he wear these giant boots? Every bit of the costume at that point should be questioned. If you're going to question the red shorts,
right?
It just doesn't, it's like the guy can fly. So if you're wanting realism, like, oh, no one should wear that, and it's like, no, that's not. And obviously, it's dated back to the circus strongman kind of that they would wear those kind of shorts and so forth, and they would have like the leotards underneath it, and it's like. Yeah, that's the strong man at a circus. It makes sense that Superman, who's a strong man, would look like that. Familiarity, but that was 1939.
Should have put him in black leather like the X-Men.
Yeah, what are you expecting? Yellow and blue spandex? Oh, terrible line.
Well, yeah, that whole movie had terrible lines.
Yeah, what happens to a frog when the electricity hits? Oh God, that's so bad.
Same thing, it always happens.
Yeah, terrible line delivery. But what do you think? Was it a terrible line delivery because it was a terrible line, or just terrible line delivery because it's the person who gave the line delivery?
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. Now, can you imagine, like, you're Ray Park, you just came off of Phantom Menace. People are like, wow, that dude was great as Darth Maul. And now I'm in the role for the X-Men. This is going to be great. Okay, so you're going to be Toad, and you're going to pretend to lash out with your tongue. So I'm just going to stand there.
Man.
Yeah, I used to, wield these amazing, lightsabers. It was a skill. It was practical effect. I could do all this stuff with it. It worked great. Nimbleness. Now I'm having to hold a pose, open my mouth, and somebody's going to CGI a tongue, and it's going to do a thing, and then I'm just going to and then close my mouth. Got it.
Hey now.
Yeah. So what a wackadoo, kind of like when you think about the behind the scenes.
What's your I love Superman. What's your take on Superman as a character throughout history, not necessarily the current?
I don't know, because I just I struggle with Superman on a lot of levels. My biggest thing is if Superman's handled well, I really, really enjoy Superman. If Superman's handled poorly,
And
I
is
can't stand. Yeah, exactly. And then even looking back, it's like one of the biggest disappointment was Superman during the Death of Superman era, and everything about it just felt like no one knew what to do with that character. So the only thing they could conceive of was just doing him in. And it's like, it shows like basically a creative bankruptcy. They're creatively bankrupt. They have no other idea what to do with this character except for kill him off.
right.
And it's like, okay, that's bad. And then they kill him off in the most clumsy, direct way possible.
Brute force.
Yeah, exactly. It was just, they telegraphed it so far out that it's like, this creature is coming after, and only one person can stop him. And the only way he can stop him is to sacrifice himself. And you're just like, you had the entire rogues gallery of Superman couldn't do it, nor were they at all engaged in this process. They didn't create this creature. They didn't oversee this creature. They didn't assist this creature. It just did it all by itself. It came out of nowhere, never appeared before, had one thing it was supposed to do, did it, and that should have been it. And then the finale was the most overtly dull, cliched end of they punch each other simultaneously to the
Like
death.
Rocky.
And you're like, ugh.
And it wasn't that issue also, wasn't it all like splash pages, like the whole thing?
I think you're right. I think you're right.
It's been a long time since I read that, but
Ugh.
I think it was.
But it was just painful. Now, the creative people behind it, I'm not saying that they're not creative. I'm not just saying this, like Alan Moore in 2 freaking issues wrapped up the entire history of
50-year-old history.
Yeah. In 2 issues did by far better Death of Superman than what they did in a year-long, we'll call it a saga, but it was just a disaster. Remember Austin Powers when he's on the steamroller and he's approaching that dude, and it's like the guy could have gotten out of the way of the steamroller for like 10 minutes and didn't move. That was the Death of Superman. Because legitimately, the creature walks across the continental United States until he hits Metropolis. And you just see it coming, and everybody's like, oh no, he's unstoppable. He's still heading. Where's he heading? He's heading to Metropolis. Oh no. Next issue, he's still heading there. Okay. And it's just like, you can see it coming. And then when it hits, you're just like, that's it? That's what all this buildup was for? Was just so they could punch each other and die in each other's Greedo, Han shot first? Nope, they shot simultaneous. Oh, it's even worse.
McClunky.
Yeah, McClunky.
Now
fixing it.
Now, I collected Superman prior to that. I pretty much started with these burn issues that we're going to talk about, collecting every single thing. But before that, even, I collected a lot of Justice League and a lot of Superman with Action Comics and stuff like that. But once I hit the Death of Superman, I was all in. I was like, okay, this could be a good, fun story. I actually thought they brought the real Superman back way too early. Like, oh, he's going to be dead for a long time. And we have these other 4 superheroes or, Supermen, and there'll be this big mystery. We'll drag it out for a while. And then like 5 issues later, oh, look, it's Superman. But, I actually thought they didn't do that very well either. But shortly after that probably was when I dropped out of that title. It went it went a lot of places. I just was kind of burned out after that, like after the big events and it petered, and with Doomsday and all that stuff. I think I was done there for a while, and I would return later and get those back issues and stuff. But it took me probably a good 5 years before I returned to those comics. It just it was entertaining slightly, but it certainly was over saturated, done as well as I wanted it to. The movie that's coming out, what's the official title of that?
It's just Superman. Nothing else.
Superman. The death of Crypto. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. I'm going to ask you before we dove into the comics, did you want some Superman warm-up exercises?
Yeah, let's do that.
I've got a list of, I'm just going to go through the first 10 trivia questions of Superman.
Oh man, this better not be Where Does Superman Live? Because I used to know it and then I've forgotten about it. But okay, go ahead.
Address. So this is coming from usefultrivia.com. I was originally going to go through my 1978 Superman trivia book.
Oh yeah.
But that is absolutely, there's like a level of trivia that's beyond trivia. This was like, Superman mentioned his cousin's blood type in one issue. What was that?
Everybody knows it was K positive. Boom.
Hey. And it's just like, oh, this trivia is way too into the weeds. So I thought, well, let me do some more simplified ones, and this might be simple. Some might not be. The first one we'll test. So this will just kind of get us warmed up to talk about Superman. So question number 1, what is Clark Kent's middle name?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I have 4 clues if you want them.
Silently typing into Google.
Yeah. Come on, ChatGPT, quicker.
I know it had something to do with the creators of Superman.
So let me give you 4 clues.
Okay.
Jacob, Walter, Thomas, or Joseph?
It's not Thomas.
What did you use that name?
It's Martha. No, it's not Jacob. That's what's the second one?
Walter.
It's not Walter.
Joseph.
Okay, it's Joseph then. Joseph.
Correct, sir.
All right. It probably had something to do with Siegel and Schuster and
Joseph Schuster and Jerry Siegel.
I would say that was logically what it should have been.
Yep. Okay. Question number 2. What is the name of the dimensional plane where Kryptonian criminals were exiled for their crimes?
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, they're playing in the bounce house for the next 1,000 years.
Oh, poor Monel.
It sounds fun, but holy crap, after 1,000 years, it's a little tiresome. There's a lot of urine that's collected in there.
Woo! These old video games. Well, that would be
Dragon Player's
Phantom.
not working again.
Phantom Zone. Get in the zone.
Yeah,
Phantom Zone.
Speaking of, and one of the reasons why I kept referring to it as the creature, what super villain killed the Man of Steel in Superman number 75?
Oh, man, that must be Thy Doomsday.
Can you imagine? It's like mom and dad usher a baby into the world. And they're like, oh, this is such an adorable child. What do we name it? I don't know. I think it looks a lot like your father. So we'll call him Doomsday. Like, what the heck? Like, that's its only name is Doomsday. Right. It's like, I think you are destined for one thing, and that's it.
I think his middle name's Carl, though.
All right. Here we go. Number 4. Which of Superman's sweethearts became the superheroine known as Insect Queen?
Oh, see, it's actually the love interest I prefer compared to Lois. I mean, Lois seems just way too high maintenance and annoying. I'd much rather have the farm girl, girl down the street, Lana Lang.
Dang, dude. 4 for 4. Look at you. Who is the natural father of Daily Planet editor Perry White's son, Jerry? You might need a sentence diagram to make that one make sense, but
The
who's
natural
Jerry,
father.
Perry White's son, Jerry's real dad?
So it's not Perry.
Apparently not.
Or it's a trick question.
Let me know if you need four clues.
Even in the Byrne era, if they even mentioned that one is very tricky. Doesn't Perry's son turn into Man-Wolf? And
Say it isn't so. The Man-Wolf. Power Records presents Night of the Man-Wolf.
I'm going to need some clues on that one.
All right. Number 1, Lex Luthor. Number 2, Emil Hamilton. Number 3, Bizarro Perry White. And number 4, Bibbo Bibowski.
Oh, wow. I was going to say none of them. It's not Bibbo because he, and it's not Bizarro Perry White, although that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Perry, I'm
Perry.
going to have to go Lex Luthor, which would be crazy. I want to see the story about that.
Ready?
I'm going to say Lex Luthor.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Correct. Lex Luthor is Jerry's natural father.
What?
Yes.
That's
Apparently,
crazy.
he had briefly seduced Alice White while Perry was reporting overseas.
Oh, man. Lex Luthor gets everything in Metropolis.
Yeah, no kidding. He owns the town.
He gets into anything. Wow.
When he says he has a finger in every business, that sounds... And we just crossed the line.
Oh, you're killing me.
Oh, boy. Parental advisory in effect. Spoiler alert.
Woo. Oh, thanks. I needed that.
Yes, sir.
You're not going to get that in the movie.
Yeah. Hey, Perry. Woo. That perfume smells familiar, Lex. Oh, wow. Okay. On to number 6. We made it past the halfway point somehow. Who created Superman?
You mean
the creators, the actual human
Jor-El and
Yeah.
Martha?
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, what?
Laura. It was a weird mix up there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Schuster and Siegel.
Correct.
Yeah.
Created in 1933, but the character was reportedly rejected until DC National Pierre Alex at the time finally took a chance on the Man of Steel in 1938. Here's another slam dunk. Number 7. What member of the Superman family died in Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Oh, Supergirl. She should have stayed dead, though.
Yeah, and ironically, that was question number 7, and she died in issue number 7.
Oh, yeah.
Coincidence or a sign of a bigger Illuminati plot? Here we go. When did Lois and Superman first kiss?
Well, we're not talking just in a certain series. We're talking year?
No, it's actually an issue number.
Okay.
So Superman number 3, Action Comics number 1, Action Comics 124, or Superman 248.
Or Action Comics 69. The last one.
248?
Yeah.
Oh, not that bad.
I don't know.
You want to give it another go? You got 3 other options. Superman number 3, Action Comics number 1, Action Comics 124.
124.
No, 2 buzzers.
3?
One more buzzer, and we're handing it off to the Olsen family.
I mean, it's either 1 or 3, so I didn't think they'd do it in 1, but let's go 3.
Yes, correct. So
wow,
it
only took me 3 tries.
Yep, didn't take Lois long to fall in love with the Man of Steel. In Superman number 3, 1940. So this is not the John Byrne issue of Superman number 3.
No.
Superman saved both Lois and a town from a flood, and she rewards him with a kiss.
For luck.
The last two are slam dunks. Do you want me to try to find something a little bit more difficult, or we want to dive into the last two and then we can jump in?
Let's do something more difficult.
Okay, I'm going to hop over and see if we got something a little bit better, a little bit more choice.
You could ask me where Superman's address is. It's 344 Clinton Street.
No.
It was in Superman 112.
Okay.
Third floor, apartment 3D. His neighbors included April and May Marigold, a pair of beautiful twin co-eds, Mrs. Goldstein, an old lady who gets around by using a wheelchair. I hope they're in the movie.
Yeah, they need to be.
I'll be very upset if they're not.
Okay, so this one should be somewhat more difficult.
Okay.
Which of these does Superman have in his Fortress of Solitude? A chess-playing robot, giant steel diary, alien zoo, or all of the above?
Well, I know he has the alien zoo and the steel diary, so I have to say all the above.
You are correct, sir.
All right. What was the first one?
Chess-playing robot.
See, I'm not sure about that one.
What does black kryptonite do to Kryptonians?
Makes him... I don't know that one.
Okay, let me give you some clues. Induces sleep, causes hallucinations, splits
Mushrooms.
them into two beings, removes superpowers permanently.
Well, I thought that was gold, so that's out. Is that why he split into two beings? Because of black kryptonite? I'm gonna say the first one.
Induces sleep?
Yes.
Sorry.
I don't know.
That was a no.
Oh, man.
So we're down to causes hallucinations, splits them into two beings, or removes superpowers permanently. And you said that one, you said no because you think that's gold kryptonite.
I'm trying to remember why he became red and blue Superman. I don't think it was a black kryptonite kind of thing, but I'm going to go story-wise, probably split into two then.
Correct.
All right. Phew.
Now, apparently, black kryptonite, which first appeared in the Smallville television series, can split Kryptonian into two separate beings, made up of the person's good side and his or her evil side. So it's not Superman red, Superman blue.
I do remember that episode.
So if you'd rather have another one, this one I'll give you as a slam dunk, but I still feel like it's a good one, though. What was Jimmy Olsen's superhero name in the bottle city of Kandor?
I'm trying to think if he was Flamebird or Nightwing.
Okay, because both of those are options. Firestorm, Flamebird, Nightwing, or Hawkfire.
Okay, I think he was not Flamebird, so he was Nightwing.
Sorry, sir.
No. He was Flamebird?
Correct.
Right. I guess. Whatever.
In the bottle city of Kandor, Superman had no powers and was branded an outlaw due to a misunderstanding. To protect themselves, Superman and Jimmy Olsen created vigilante identities inspired by Batman and Robin. However, as neither Bats nor Robin existed in Krypton, Superman chose the names of two native avian species, Nightwing for himself and Flamebird for Jimmy.
Oh, I seem to remember that now, where when Nightwing Dick Grayson got his idea, he did talk about how honored to have Superman. Oh, man, I missed that one. That was a
See, we haven't read that far into the Titans run, so...
That's like pinnacle. That's like top of the line. George Perez, Marv Wolfman. Can't wait to get to that. And you go, wow, that was the best comic ever.
Here we go. I don't want you to end on a down note, so I'm going to let you get one that's somewhat more of a slam dunk, but still, like you have to be a good longtime fan.
Sure. I'm going to edit it out so I get them all right anyway. I don't know what you're talking about.
What mythical creature did Clark Kent date in college?
Clark had quite a wild college years. He dated the Sphinx for a while. He took a manticore out for lunch one time. All right, just drinks. Medusa and him go way back.
Yeah.
But I believe it was a mermaid.
Out of the choices, it was mermaid, fairy, vampire, or elf. And yes, you remember the mermaid's name?
Lamoris or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lana Lane. Lois Lane, Larry Loser.
That was one of the better Kurt Swan era Superman stories I remember reading as a kid. Somehow there was like a fortune that Superman read that he said he was going to be saved by LL. He literally went through all the LL combos. Lana Lang? No.
Lex Luthor?
Lois Lane? No. Lori Lamar? No. And it turned out that, as he was nearing death because of kryptonite exposure, a little boy comes up to him, grabs the kryptonite, and with amazing accuracy throws the kryptonite away and turns to reveal that the back of his shirt says Little League.
It wasn't Miss Tessmacher.
Yeah. Otisburg? Well, Miss Tessmacher's got her place, which is aptly named for those who want to watch the original Superman movie. Look for the name of Tessmacher's. I want to say it here, but
everywhere I look, I think of you. Yes, Gene Hackman, of course, recently passed. The perfect Lex Luthor, right?
Yeah, I do have high hopes for this new guy, though. I've liked him in most movies that I've seen him in, even Renfield. I thought he did a good job. And as far as X-Men First Class goes, I thought he did a good job there.
Wait, Gene Hackman was in X-Men First Class?
Yeah. He just very brief cameo. He was in and out. You would barely have seen him. Yeah, he was recreating his Popeye role from The French Connection. No, it was just I'm hoping he does a good job, better than Kevin Spacey's phoning it in for Superman Returns. And anything is going to be better than Jesse Eisenberg's manic, lunatic, whatever you want to call it, frantic role as Luthor in the Zack Snyderverse. Oof.
Who cast that? I mean, come on.
And I don't know if there was an intent to kind of say, look, he's mild-mannerish or he's quirky until he flips and realizes that Superman's caused him grief. Because, if you're the old Golden Age Luthor was pals with Superboy until Superboy tried to rescue Luthor and caused Luthor to lose all his hair, and thus was born an eternal enmity between the two of them. So, when you saw Eisenberg at the end of the movie when Deathstroke shows up and he's bald or whatever that movie, I can't remember which garbage movie that was. Maybe it was Superman Batman. Or was it Justice League? It may have been Justice League. So that post-credit scene there, and he's bald and he doesn't look terrible as Luthor, but he's obviously playing a very much different version, not this, frenetic, hand-wavy. He was more put together, business-like.
Well, I just never really crazy about the actor anyway, so that didn't help.
Yeah. I think he was trying to make art out of a superhero movie. Sorry, sir. Doesn't kind of work that way. So that was my 10 plus questions on Superman to kind of warm up before we dive into the actual episode.
So if you like those quiz questions, Mike's got a ton of them. He's always quizzing me, and I need to do the reverse and quiz him some more like I did last year. So if you have any questions, any comments, anything like that, our webpage is This Is Why I Love Comics podcast.buzzsprout.com. You can email us at thisiswhyilovecomics@gmail.com. We're on the X and This Is Why L1. Of course, we're on the Facebook, and This Is Why I Love Comics podcast, where you can see all the chat and the history and what we're going to read, and I'm sometimes annoying there. On the TikTok, Why I Love Comics podcast. Thanks to all our supporters and friends of the show. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks to producers Katie and Tony, and all our co-hosts that we've had, Matt's 2.0, 10.0, Kevin, Jamie, and thanks to Thunder Chicken for the tunes. Check them out on Spotify. All the links are in the show notes. So for the podcast, I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike.
And we will talk next time about specifically John Byrne's 1 through 6, Man of Steel from 1986. Wow.
Boom.
1986.
Yeah. I mean, we're almost right on the year anniversary. We're 40 years out from when that series was released. Give me my walker.
Right?